And then some of the things that I see with the product that I'm, near and dear to my heart is the construction rehab stuff. What we're doing on the appraisals there is we're taking that property, as is, and then we're taking a rendering from an architect and a bid from a builder, and we're giving that to the appraiser and saying, hey, if this is all finished, this is going to be a brand new home when it's done, or this is going to have a new roof or new windows or new countertops. Is the value there?
Right.
Right. And which is great about that is they're going to tell us up front if the value's there, if it's worth putting that money into that house.
Right.
At the end, is it going to be worth it? And majority of the time it is. When you upgrade a house like that, especially in these older neighborhoods and stuff like that, are going through these major renovations and remodels through the different neighborhoods because they're very desirable neighborhoods.
Right.
So you're putting money into that neighborhood, raising the value of that house. I mean, that's a good thing, and we're seeing values there for putting new roofs and windows and upgrading the countertops and upgrading the appliances and all that. That's a nice thing. And I always say, before the shovel hits the ground, before somebody puts a nail into the 2x4, we know up front that we can actually get this done and approve this loan based on the future value. That's an amazing tool to have in our toolbox.
To that point, the appraisal process that I just described is sort of a generic one that speaks about the appraisal industry. When we get into what you're doing and what your appraisers are doing, now that's a different story. Those are more specialized appraisals. Those are more specialized appraisers who understand what's happening. The opportunity for there to be an appraiser who's not familiar with the product or what we're doing with the build, less likely, especially with your organization.
They have to be vetted and certified to be a construction appraiser.
However, one of the things that you can see, we've seen it before with some of our other clients, is maybe there's a special amenity they're trying to build into the house that there's not really a good measure of return on investment. For example, maybe they wanted a rooftop patio. Maybe they wanted some sort of a deeper garage to accommodate a car collection, but it doesn't really increase garage stalls. It just makes it a little bit deeper. All of which bring up cost, right, of build. And maybe we're pushing up against what the neighborhood will justify for a price, and then in turn what an appraisal would bring. Those kind of items, though, when we're dealing with folks that want to build their dream home, I can't stress enough that if you really, really, really want to build something into a home, and this is your dream home, maybe your forever home, if you can afford it, build it.
Exactly.
Build it. The bank may not give you every single dollar to borrow for the construction of that. How do you argue, though, that you should go without the things that you wanted in this home because it may have cost just a little bit more on the down payment, just a little bit more downstroke, a little more skin in the game, so to speak? Because these things, there's so many things we can do to homes that there's really no return on the investment monetarily.
Yeah, and
but
the worst
use
thing
and enjoyment, awesome.
Yeah, and the worst thing is going through the entire process and then going, well, we got to pull back on something. And a lot of times the people that are pulling back on something, it's not a whole lot.
That's right.
And what happens is then they have regret. I wish I would have. I wish I would have finished this. I wish I would have did this. I wish we had.
Well, and you try to do it after the fact?
Yes.
Oh, then it's twice the price.
Exactly.
You've already got the contractors out there. The subs are out there. They're already building. They're able to build in a cost that's much, much more affordable now versus bringing the bobcats out, bringing the cherry pickers out, bringing the workers out, scheduling the time. Who knows where building costs are going to go? I suggest that they're not going to go down, right? So you try to do it later down the road. It almost always ends up costing more. So some of these things, and it may sound ridiculous, but sometimes people want an incredible water feature with an in-ground pool, or they want an incredible woodworking shop in the basement or in the garage or something like that. Again, hard to really evaluate what the value of that is on the resale, so in turn hard to get the appraised value there. But why would you skimp on that at the time if you're building your dream home?
Right.
Yeah.